Right, Sajidul Islam, the left arm seamer, his first over. He won't be too unhappy with that. I just shake back in a bit.
Well, this is the danger of left arm seamer, the ability to swing the ball back here. Vusi Musiswanda thinking this is going to go on with the arm, just a little bit of shape back. He was shaping for the big cut shot, but this one just nipped back a little bit. In the end, wisely left, but an encouraging start.
I have always thought that's a sign of a man in touch with his game, able to leave one so late. And often you shaping for the cut shot and you through with it before you're able to actually change. I mean, that's a very, very late leave. Well played.
Talk about Grant Flower throwing a lot of balls and him being left-handed. Finally, him being left-handed is useful. It's finally they're coming up against the left arm seamer. And all those hours of practice Vusi Musiswanda has got at Rhinos and national squad hopefully will pay off.
One of my pet hates is the term naturally talented or naturally gifted. I think it's almost a sort of a backhanded insult. It makes it sound as if they don't have to work as hard. So help me out. What can we say about Vusi? He's one of the cleanest ball strikers. I mean, he does have an element of gift about his batting that others aren't blessed with. Not saying he doesn't have to work hard, because he does.
For me, he's a gifted stroke maker, and I think finding the balance between being a stroke maker and compiling an innings at the highest levels where he's battled, and especially because he opens the batting, when he gets off to a flying start, everyone expects him to carry on, and we all know that there's very few players in the history of the game who go on to be greats, but because he looks so good when he starts off, when he gets out in a way that disappoints spectators and selectors, everybody gets really agitated. And he tends to be the sort of player that makes people very emotional because of the fact that he looks so dominating and in control. And I think that's why feelings, when he gets out, everybody gets so upset. And when he does well, people say he should do it more. Whereas other players who scratch around or look like they're fighting hard will be given a lot more credit. If you look like you're doing it easily, everyone gets very frustrated.
You got the perfect combination here. If Reggie Chikova makes 30 in 2.5 hours, we'll say he fought hard. If Vusi Musiswanda makes 30, we'll all say not again. 2 overs gone. Frustrate the Bangladesh bowlers. Had a little chat with Brendan Taylor this morning. He arrived at the ground and he mentioned how important it was to frustrate the Bangladesh bowlers when it came to Zimbabwe's turn to bat, because there's a sense that the bowlers become frustrated and lose their patience as well as Bangladesh batsmen. Not always, not always. It's funny how difficult it is to shake a reputation, you know, as individual batsmen the world over have a few problems against the short ball at the beginning of their career, and that's it. Label, stuck, applied. That's it. Can't play the short ball. People still think Hashim Amla, world's #1 ranked batsman, can't play the short ball. It's true, he couldn't in 2004. And I must say that any thoughts that Bangladesh batsmen lost patience were pretty much dispelled by some of the patience and determination shown by the skipper today, Mushfiqur Rahim, or yesterday I should say. But it was a good scoring rate, 391 and 113.
Without a doubt, I think he's the glue in this team, and they would love Mohammad Ashraful to complement him in their lineup. They're both players who can play with control and patience. And I'm personally of the opinion that you don't want the whole lineup batting the same. I think they have wonderful flair, the Bangladeshi batsmen, and they just need the players who show a resolute way of batting, Mushfiqur Rahim, Mohammad Ashraful, to be more consistent. Then you can bat around them, and the others will grow as well as players. I think if you try and make everybody bat in a certain way, if you try and create a team of robots in a way, you do lose your way and your identity. They are flair players, but they've got a couple of players in their lineup who can play those roles of control and bat time. Just trying to get a nice big stride in there for Simusi Swanda. It's also interesting to see their bowling lineup. They got two changes. Robil was excellent in the first test. He started off well here. Sajidul is new to the lineup, hasn't played in a while. These will be new conditions to him. And Rahman been making his first appearance in Zimbabwean soil. Beautiful shot. Control, timing and placement. This outfield is a bit quicker this test match, and seeing full value for shots. We are people too.
I was mentioning that on the day after the first test finished, remember it finished on the fourth day, towards the end of the fourth day, so on the fifth day, Steve Mangongo and his assistant for this series, Grant Flower, were down here back at Harare Sports Club and had a 2-hour net session with the reserve players. And that's not just the 4 that were named in the squad of 15 here, but there's another half dozen or so winter contracted players who have been retained. Their services have been retained throughout the winter, and of course there are 3 more tours coming up. India for a one-day series, Sri Lanka and then Pakistan. And Stephen Mangongo there was, he had all the net bowlers, and there's some pretty quick ones led by Tendai Chitara, who's a fabulous prospect, really genuine pace. And Reggie Chakabva was the standout batsman on some really sporty net wickets. The ball was flying around all over the place, and Chakabva's technique just stood out head and shoulders above those others who were batting. And Steve Mangongo, I think, made up his mind there that he wanted to get Chakabva into the side, and he couldn't work out where it was going to be. The team had won by 335 runs, but he decided that he wanted to try and get Chakabva in the side, or at least felt that he deserved a place. And then, as fortune would have it for Reggie, and misfortune for Timson Maruma, he injured his knee, and well, I don't suppose Chakabva would have picked opening the batting. He's not batted most of his career at 6 or 7, but you know what, when a chance presents itself, you don't say no, do you?
Well, some great careers have started in this way. Shane Watson has blossomed since being given an opportunity, and I think it just shows his attitude, doesn't it? He's one of those players, he's shown a lot of talent and promise, but he's never been able to hold on his spot, neither the one-day team or the test team, in any particular position. And I think the fact that he's knowing his character, he's such a fighter, he just wants the opportunity and to prove his worth. And in the end, if you have that attitude, you fight hard in practice, in matches, good things will happen for you, and hopefully for him today in a big way. But not if he gets deliveries like that. Into the 6th over.